absolute statement I can make is everything within view from the airport to the hotel is really cool.
Clutch. Love it.
If you live outside of that, I can't really speak for it. Yes, little brother.
What is your favorite character in Boondock Saints besides yourself?
There goes that answer.
Rocco. Rock. I think Rock is the heart, the soul, the conscience of the film, to be honest, you know? I think
what's the reason?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories being told from perspective. But I think he takes on, you know, the voice of the audience, you know? He's that character that hears this and says, you're right. You're fucking right. That should be done. There should be one of you in every city. And I think when people watch it, that's what's going on in their head, you know? My favorite is Rock, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, let's stop it here.
It's the truth, too, you know? I mean, I don't think I'm unique in that. I think a lot of people, Rock's their favorite character.
I think you're unique, Sean.
Thank you, homie Slice. That's coming later. Give me an answer to that question. Then when you wake up. Yes, Sonny.
Alright, since Colin's here, I have to ask this. Boxers or briefs?
What?
Boxers or briefs?
Oh, definitely briefs. Thong. Fine thong.
Let me tell you this. Any dude that has the potential for shit going wrong will never fucking wear boxers. You don't let your shit dangle like fucking hammer marbles down there if you have to take a fucking job. I don't give a fuck what chick goes, I really like boxers. I really don't give a shit. I'm wrapping those motherfuckers in 1,500 thread count cotton and keeping them tight in case shit goes down. I don't let that shit fucking dangle. Girls are like, I like boxers. I like my balls. Fuck, like I'm gonna let them boom, boom. Who fucking does that? If shit goes down, somebody grabs your wallet and runs. Why don't you chase him, honey? Fucking boxers, baby. Somebody grabs your chick's ass. You want to run him down, beat the fuck out of him. Boxers. I got to see him. Hell no. You keep those babies tight and snuggled up. Earmuffs, brother. Sorry. Boxers. Have you ever felt the cotton on boxers? That shit's fucking sandpaper. I wouldn't wrap a fucking enemy in the material that ain't boxers out. You give me that fucking 1,500 thread count shit that Four Seasons wraps their pillows in. It's my fucking genetic legacy I'm wrapping up there. God damn it. Yes, sir, homie. Do what?
All three of us?
Fucking chicks.
Yeah.
Cliff, how'd you get started?
Chicks. No, I'm like a fourth generation entertainer. Like my great grandmother danced for Pancho Villa. My grandfather was a contract player for John Wayne. So I started tap dance when I was 7, and I was always a class clown, so it kind of just made sense. I started tap dancing.
Yes.
Yeah, dance, full dance.
Yes, dance.
I didn't bring my shoes. Yeah, I test them.
You can't do anything, you need shoes, right?
Not really.
Do it!
Hey, you're on the hook now, man.
Come on, man.
It's not for Mexican.
If I could tap, I'd fucking tap right now.
Be like moonwalking. Yeah.
If I could moonwalk, I would moonwalk. I can't fucking moonwalk too. Let me see if I can manage that in my boots. How'd you get started, Rock? No, in the industry. How'd you get started
At college days.
Okay, well, let's tell you this. I was going to University of St. Thomas, and I was studying business with a focus on law and philosophy, Western, but Most beautiful girl I'd ever laid eyes on was leaving this building every Monday morning. So I dropped an English class and I signed up for whatever the fuck they were teaching in that building. Which is what dudes do. They do stupid shit. And it was an acting class and I fell in love with it. And I decided I was going to write a piece of theater and drive out to LA and try and produce it whenever school ended. And I did it. And to me, acting was a little bit of a lottery, a little bit of a low percentage. And it was a little, I don't like to invest in things that are subjective. Like, for example, like things in the Olympics, like that I'm judging. I always think, depending on the judges, somebody else could have got the gold, right? But in the 100 meters, some motherfucker's fast or some motherfucker's not fast. No judge is gonna go, well, Usain Bolt, you ran a 9:59, but your arms were a little flappy. No, bullshit, you fucking won. You're the winner, right? So I tended not to invest in things that are subjective and low percentage like this, but then an agent that came to see the play when I finally produced it said, let me submit you on some commercial auditions. And I thought, what the hell, in my spare time, if it'll supplement my income. And that's kind of how it started. So I owe it to that chick.
Was she hot?
Scaldingly so.
Where's she now?
What's that?
Where is she now?
Long story.
Funky Brewster?
What's that?
Funky Brewster.
Yes, sir, bro.
It was, man.
Speaking of balls, have you recovered nicely since extract?
No. No, there's an explosive in that thing. That was originally designed for the stuntman was going to do it. I'm like, how are you going to do, before you start to a film, you want to ask about the dangerous things. Like, so there's a stunt here where one of my balls gets ripped off. How are you going to do that? Oh, yeah, we got a stuntman that's going to do that, so it's totally cool, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm like, cool, so on my trailer I get a knock. I'm like, yeah, it's wardrobe. I'm like, oh, cool. And she's like, oh, we got these pants, want to make sure they fit. I'm like, well, I'm wearing my pants, as you can see. I'm like, well, these are different. I'm like, why? He goes, they have the explosives in them. I'm like, right, for the stuntman. She goes, no, they're size 31s, and he did the test like 7 times. Like, right, for the stuntman. I wear 32s. So the test is already compromised, and I venture to say my balls are probably a little bigger. Representative, why is the wardrobe lady coming here and saying, put these pants on with explosives in them? They go on your nuts. We're talking about my balls here. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. So then Mike comes in and is like, you don't have to wear those pants at all. Like, I'm sorry, they should have never done that. I said, dude, if you want me to do the stunt, I'll do it. I said, they did it 7 times. I got another nut. What's the worst that can happen? I'll win the Tour de France like Lance Armstrong.
So you said you wasn't going to do it, and they're like, you're wearing boxers. You obviously don't care about it anymore.
That was scary, though. There's something very scary. There's a goddamn explosive on your balls. It's fucking frightening.
I'll do a lot of stupid shit, but blowing up one of those...
That's really dumb. That's one of the dumbest.
Yes, bro.
What are you guys working on now, all of you?
I got a cookbook coming out called 101 Ways to Cook Ramen Prison Style.
101 ways. Show of hands. Who knew more than 10? Fucking 101, this motherfucker.
Real prison spreads, and in every story's got like every recipe's got a story of like who it was learned from and how I learned it and stuff like that.
Get out of here.
All from California prison. Real
I
deal.
tell you, there's like, hey Rock, you want to go to a Dodger game? I go to Dodger Field. They're not even playing. A lot of times I don't know. Do you really got a cookbook?
Yep, sir. Sure do.
Wow.
My fan page, my Facebook fan page has 2 sample recipes with like prison drawings and photos and 2 stories and stuff. So if you didn't share it, you'll dig it. It's fun.
Yes, ma'am.
What is an acceptable age for children to watch Boondock? Because my 7-year-old, it's his favorite movie.
Well, it's already rated R for one.
It completely depends on the kid and the upbringing.
Well, St. Patrick's Day, he held up to me and was like, you need to watch Boondock Saints and St. Patrick's Day. He's 7.
There's some 10-year-old kids that are sheltered in 5, and there's some 5-year-olds that are open in 12, I leave that up to you. I will not endorse anything like that should they be traumatized and you come back going, Flannery said it was okay. Yes?
How do you feel about your younger fans? Like ones that weren't even born yet?
God bless them, man. I mean, everybody. Seriously, guys, if there's anything that you do that gets publicly recognized, it's a truly humbling feeling. You have no idea what it's like to, I held my phone up and I made a little vine of this crowd, but you have no idea what it does to the soul when you see a couple thousand people applauding you because you've done something in probably the most expendable industry known to man. In an economic collapse, we're fucking unemployed. Doctors, teachers, they're gonna always have a job. People in the food service, clothing, people have to stay warm, but we're the first ones to go. And to have people show up just to have a long line to wait to tell you that they love what you did it's stunning to say the least. And it moves me so much that I will keep on going after this room clears out. And
Don't cry.
Killer, man. That was a wonderful thing to do. I mean, ideally, just because now I can tell people, yeah, I got a single on iTunes, It's kind of cool. It was neat. Repo was a hugely successful musical, and then them doing the second part with all the requisite players involved, it was cool. And I think the product that they turned out at the end of the day, the movie, I'm really proud of it. It's bizarre, it's weird, it's interesting, it's all of that, On the day, shooting it was one of the trippiest experiences of my life. We shot this in complete Crackville. It's in Riverside, California. It's the crystal meth capital of the world. Can't make that shit up. That's true. Some weird shit happened. One time, a bunch of 15-year-olds stole all the laptops and ran. It was a whole ordeal to get it back. One time we wrapped at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I went to this liquor store, and you're stupid, you wrap, you're half tired, you've been working 14 hours. I pulled into a liquor store. I was in there, I had got my Nestle chocolate milk and my payday, and then I looked up and I was like, I should not fucking be in here. It was just the seediest, bars on the windows to keep people from breaking in or breaking out. There was a dude that was half alive behind the register, and some chick with one tooth and an oversized jacket and these leggings with holes in them. And I smelled when I passed her something, but there was an aroma I've never smelled before. And there was a dude with a NASCAR Tony Stewart jacket on right next to a big brother that was just mumbling. And I got my payday and I'm waiting in line, and she turns to me, she's eyeballing me, she's hustling, she's eye-fucking me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, man. And I'd already pulled out a $20 bill to pay for it, and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have even pulled out a 20. It was just a bad scene. And she looks at me and she goes, she's now! I'm like, is she fucking talking to me? And she goes, is she I said, is I Dayka? She goes, no, is you Dayka? I said, is I Dayka? No, is you Dayka from the kill the man? I'm like, oh, shit. Am I Darren Call from Criminal Minds? I did an episode of Criminal Minds. My character's name was Darren Call. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yes, I played Darren Call in Criminal Minds. I'm like, she's like, all right. And the big dude in the Tony Stewart jacket behind her going, that's right. I was just going, oh fuck, this turned 180 degrees around. And she goes, I love that performance, you David. Look at that day car right there. And I thought about it, I'm like, that's crazy. You must watch that show religiously. I mean, because I did one episode and it's been on for 86 years. There must be 700 episodes. And you remember? She goes, no. Tape it on my VCR, but my VCR broke and I can't get the tape out. The last one was your episode. My TV don't work, so all I can watch is your dang car on the I was like, oh. I was like, how many times do you see it? She goes, a lot of time. I was like, oh shit, man. I took my payday, and I scrambled out. It was the trippiest thing I've ever heard in my life. True story, man. Yes, and back. Last question, we gotta wrap it up.
What was it?
The greatest what? The greatest prank on set? Greatest prank on set. Okay, when we wrap Boondock #1, it's customary to get wrap gifts, right? Regis is there. You know, we've known each other for a while, but there's an American Winchell's Donuts, or it was a Dunkin', I can't remember to be honest, but I bought him a dozen donuts, and I went on, I'm like, Regis, dude, got you some donuts, man. He's like, oh, that's cool, thanks, man. A little bit of a, you know, weird wrap gift, but I gave it to him anyway. Next day I come up and the dozen's still there. We're in makeup, I'm like, dude, did you eat the donuts? He's like, no, I'm gonna, but I'm gonna get to it, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Donuts, man, they're fucking Winchell's or Dunkin's, whatever they were. He's like, yeah, I get the next day I come up and I'm like, did you eat them? He's like, oh no, I'm like, did you have breakfast? He's like, no, I'm like, let's have a couple donuts, man. It's for breakfast. He eats a couple donuts, I'm sipping coffee. He's like, you want one? I'm like, nah, dude, I had a dozen for myself. You know, okay. Next day I come back and Jeff some donuts. He's like, dude, I think they're stale. I'm like, nah, dude, they keep for a long time. Have some more donuts. He ate like 3 more. He had like 6 out of the dozen, right? We wrapped, shook hands, everybody hugged. I got home a week later, I sent him an envelope with a Polaroid in it. I'm sitting in a Barca Lounger with my trouser worm around a glaze. Boom! And he's still got that Polaroid today. So when people say I throw him under the bus, that motherfucker has dirt on me. He's got me, birthday suit and everything, with the trouser worm through a glaze. And my birthday suit, just represent. God bless you guys. Hey, seriously, man. It is an honor. Listen up, guys, really. It's an honor to talk to you guys, and it's truly soul enriching to feel you guys, the comment, you guys, just all the warmth and the love. It's amazing to see a room fill up like this, and
Love you guys, man. Thank you so much.